think there we are. All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the JCPS Digital Learning Channel. It is Wednesday, January 13th, and I am all this morning. We are going to have programming about SAVVAS. I'm Stephen Durham with the Digital Learning Channel. I will be your host and moderator today. And right now I'm going to turn it over to Linda with the SAVVAS team, and she's going to let us know what we're going to be doing first thing this morning. Take it away, Linda.
Okay, good morning. I'm Linda Cortez, and you might see some other people down there. Those are some of my colleagues who are just kind of watching and making sure if you have questions that they get answered or they get called to my attention. So I'm going to put some slides up here. And I'm sure Stephen will help me through this.
Yep, I'm right here. 3 dots, share screen.
Okay, hold on. I got to go back because I always forget to do the share screen part. There we go.
I mean, you can describe the slides to us in vivid detail, but looking at them is pretty good too. All right, yes, you're doing good. And now we're going to go ahead and click present over there by the share button. Okay, and now we're going to click, see where it says stop sharing, click hide right next to it.
Okay.
Oh, and then there you go, closed caption. See the CC there?
Yes.
And click on that. And then click allow.
Got it.
All right, we are rolling. Good job, Linda.
Awesome. Okay. So I want to welcome the JCPS K-5 teachers. You may be wondering how enVision Math aligns with your curriculum framework, and how would you love to know that you're using the right resources at the right time to teach the right stuff? Well, this is the session called Putting enVision Magic to Work. I'm Linda Cortez. I am your partner for K-5 enVision Math. And in this video, you're going to discover a cool alignment tool that's made just for you that's going to make your planning and teaching math way easier. How awesome is that? I'm going to share a Padlet with you that looks kind of like this. And this is going to be a site that will house a lot of resources for K-5 math. So you don't have to weed through everything else. Everything you need will be right here. And in particular for today, we're going to focus on the enVision alignment tool. So I'm just going to hop on over to the Padlet and show you the alignment tool, and then give you some suggestions for how to use it in planning to teach your math lessons. So let me get on over there. And Stephen, let me know if we're still okay.
You're looking great.
Okay, awesome. So this is the Padlet I created for you. And let's just talk about it real briefly. So over in this section, this little purple is where you can find all my contact info. So my email, I'll probably add my phone number there as well, my office hours, and down here where you see this click here to join, this is the link that will take you into the office. And you know, if you go there in times outside 3:30 to 4:30, I may not be in my office. I might be out doing something else. But if you contact me by email or text me once that phone number's in there, then you'll be able to come here and go into that room, and I'll be able to help you out. Okay. And then down below there, we're looking at the first column in the Padlet. Down below, you'll see some blue rectangles, and that's where I'm going to post all the videos that I put in the learning channel. So today's session will be on there. After that gets on there, and you can see the one that's already on there we did last week. It was called enVision Math Magic, and that's where I showed all sorts of resources that are in your enVision that help you with the math workshop approach. All right, so now let's get into the part we're going to focus on today, which is the math, the enVision Math alignment tool. So I'm going to show you how to find all the lessons and resources you need when you are teaching your specific standards. So um, as we scroll across, you can see the green and the yellow bands, and there's one for each grade level. And so far, I just wanted to keep it simple. So I put in Unit 3, but I want you to know that Unit 4 is already done. Unit 5 is in the works, and we'll continue to add units till the end of the year so that you'll have what you need when you need it. And then we'll go back and we'll put in 1 and 2 and put it all in nice order. So at the beginning of next year, you have exactly what you need. All right, so we're going to pop open. Let's just do grade 1 because it's kind of in the middle there. So when I click on this, it's fetching. I love that word, fetching. Fetching my file. All right, and so you'll see up here that it brings up a document that you can download. When you download it, it's going to be a Word doc, which means because it's a planning tool, you can edit it. I'm not going to open it right now. I'm just going to keep it in this view for you. And just notice that there are 3 columns. Now I want to give you a little backstory about how this was created. So I'm going to go to your teacher backpack, and here's first grade. And over here. And everything's still okay, Stephen?
Yes, looking good. You're on our awesome teacher backpack.
I know, this probably looks very familiar to you. And so what I did was I opened up your curriculum framework, and this is awesome, awesome, awesome. And so this grade 1, and I see all the units here, and we're looking at Unit 3. So when I opened that up, I came to this and I was like, oh my goodness, there's so much here, so much helpful stuff. This unit story is awesome. This is awesome. I mean, what more could you ask for? Well, I'll tell you what, when we come down here and we look at our standards, we see some are highlighted in yellow, some are in red. I know this looks very familiar to you. You'll see some that are with strikeout on them, like right here. Okay, so I had to really wrap my head around this. And what I did was I thought, okay, we need to know where these standards are taught in enVision Math. So let me go back to, okay, I have so many tabs open. I think it would be probably,
And while you're finding your tab, I just want to say it is great that you have actually, SAVVAS is a company not part of JCPS, and you've actually gone and looked at our standards and made sure that what we are using with SAVVAS aligns with our standards, and kind of doing some of that work already for the teachers, which is great.
I lost my Padlet is the thing, and I think it would be on there. So let me go to my Padlet.
You're fine.
Again. Okay, there. Okay, and let me open this up again. There we go. See how easy it is to get to this? And I would just, if you're, when you use this, I would just bookmark this so that it comes up. You saw how easy I got to it. Okay, so here we are. Oops, that's kindergarten. We don't want to do kindergarten. Let's keep it in first grade because we've already started talking about first grade. Okay, so here's first grade. And as I scroll down, I want you to look at the first column. So you see there are the same standards that are in your document right here. They're highlighted the same way. And I just want to point out the red are your essential standards. And by that, we mean these standards have endurance, they have leverage, and they have readiness for the next level of learning. And then the yellow ones that you see are, of course, your fluency strategies. And fluency standards are also, they're also essential. And by fluency, we mean the students are going to be working with numbers in ways that are flexible, accurate, efficient, and appropriate. Okay, so you see everything's mashed up. And then I even, I put your strike through in there as well. There's one of them in here somewhere, I think. Where is it? I thought there was one down toward the bottom, maybe. Here we go. We're getting there. Oh, no, I don't see. Oh, there it is. Okay. It was in white. I was looking for it to be in red. So this part is not used. All right. So I want you to pay attention to that, because the second column is where you go to see your corresponding lessons in enVision. And there's a note at the top that, I could have listed all the resources that go with this standard, like all the videos, all the games, all the STEM projects, but it would be too lengthy, and this document would be like, when the credit card thing folds out crazy. So instead, I put the lessons and then this note to you that inside these lessons are embedded and are customizable. You have videos, you have the videos are instructional. There are even videos that parents could look at to get a feel for the mathematics. There are formative assessments, there's summative assessments, there's learning-based activities, games, digital tools. I mean, I could go on and on with the resources. So what you're going to notice is that you have these lessons. So let's just look at this first standard that's listed. Understand subtraction as unknown add-in problem. So over here, it tells you that topic 2, specifically lesson 2.7, has think, addition to subtract. In topic 4, you have, which is topic 4 is about subtraction facts to 20. And then specifically, you can see that there are 4 lessons that deal with this specific standard. And then there's even down here at the bottom, in enVision, at the end of every grade level, there's a step up to the next grade. So this is grade 1 we're in, and it's telling you that if you go back to grade K, in the last topic, step up to grade 1, there is a lesson where they're teaching the children how to think addition to subtract. So if you feel like you have some students who maybe need to go back a little bit to get it at an easier level, you can use that as well. So I stuck those in there too, even though it's not in your grade level, you can go back a step. Now, as we go through, keep in mind, this is Unit 3, first grade. And as I scroll down, you'll see it started with topic 2, then it said topic 4, then it goes back to topic 2, and it picks up lessons that actually came before 2.7, and then 3.3, and you have all these lessons in topic 3, and then it goes back to 4, and then to 5, and then you even have, there was 1 in 7, but notice there's a strike through and there's a strike through down here with 8.2, and that's because that it matches. So I didn't want to exclude just because you had a strike through. I wanted to include that so you know that there is stuff there. And what you'll probably notice, and so far, and I've gone through 3 units at each grade level, and what I'm finding out is that there is a match for everything in enVision, and that your standards were really easy to work with and so easy to find stuff in enVision. And here it is right for you. Now you might be thinking, why does it jump around from topic to topic? Well, that's because over here in the first column, you're just listing your standards. And I just put them in the same order that they appeared in your units. But when when you go to plan, you're going to look and see there's probably some overlap, or there's things that you need to logistically order in a different way. For example, you're going to work with 1 to 10 before you go all the way to 20 when you're working with subtraction or addition and subtraction strategies. You're going to work with up to 10, and then you're going to move on from 1 to 20. So if you look at this, topic 2 is adding and subtracting within 10. Topic 3 is addition facts to 20 using strategies. And then topic 4 is subtraction facts to 20. And then topic 5 is probably both of them together, I'm guessing. Excuse me. Yes, work with addition and subtraction. And then it works with equations specifically because over here, that essential standard is about equations. And then you have the other ones down here at the bottom. Okay. So when you're planning, you're going to think in terms of what would I need to do first, second, third? How would it make sense to put this together? Okay. And then this last column, I really this is especially why I wanted this to be a Word document for you, is because you're going to want to take some planning notes. You might want to cut and paste the lessons over here that you want to use. You might want to answer these questions. These are some awesome questions that I worked with Samantha and Andrea to come up with these questions. And then they're just basically questions that you think about when you are going to plan a unit or a lesson. So I'm not going to go through all those questions here, but I want you to know they're here. And then you have all this space below here. So like I would pick the questions you're going to answer, put your answers right on there, and then use all this space down here to put any other notes in that you want. This is a planning tool. It is your planning tool.
That is a great planning tool. That's really going to help our teachers because it's the one thing. And like you talked about the teacher backpack, that's kind of what we wanted to do with the teacher backpack is get all those resources and things in one place. And so it's so nice to have in one place. Here's what you have to teach. Here's how you teach it, and here's how you can use SAVVAS to teach it, especially using technology in SAVVAS. So great.
Yes, and like I said, right now, this is where they are. But to be honest with you, they might be even more accessible to you at a later date in some other location. So you'll want to keep tuned to where that's, where they're moving. But right now, they're here on this Padlet. And I'm hoping that someone can put this Padlet address in the chat. And then it's probably, I don't know, there's probably a way to put it at the bottom of the
if actually to put links in the chat, I need to do that on my end. So if someone can email me that link and to Stephen.Durham at Jefferson County address, and I will put that in the chat for everybody.
Okay, and maybe, I don't know, Chris is on here. He's maybe able to do that too. I think I sent you that link, Chris, but if I didn't, oh no. Okay. All right, so I want to hop back and just talk about a little bit more about how to use this with planning. And so let me go back to my slides here. Okay, are we still okay?
Yep, we're on the your Padlet.
Okay.
If you dream it, you can do it, Walt Disney.
Okay, you can see it. All right, so this is you know how this ends, right? Failing to plan is planning to fail. So I want you to succeed. So I want to help you as much as I can with the planning. And by the way, you guys can always contact me, individual teachers, groups of teachers, administrative people. Reach out to me and ask for help. I can do little mini PDs for you. I can work one-on-one with people. I can help you with your planning, whatever it is you need. All right, but here, when you're looking at the unit level, these are some of the questions, by the way, that are in that alignment tool. But I kind of broke them out to think about it, the big picture and then the little day-to-day picture. So overall, you want to think, what are the essential questions? How will I assess? How will I assess and build prior knowledge? Because that's a little bit different. When I say how will I assess it, that's speaking to how will I know that they have mastered what they need to know, do, and understand. And then down there on the fourth one, how will I order and scaffold the learning? So that's kind of like, what lessons in enVision would I use, and in what order would I use them? And even what parts of the lesson would I use? Okay, and then here's real important. How will I partner with parents? And in just a second, I'm going to show you a really good resource within enVision where you can find answers to all these questions. And then when you look at the lesson level, you're going to think, what's the essential question? What's the I can statement that students need to be able to answer and be able to do? How and when will you assess? And when you're at the lesson level, it's probably more of formative assessment that you're doing. So what will I use within enVision to give a formative assessment, and how will I give it? How will I assess and build prior knowledge? And by the way, I just want to keep repeating that the answers to these questions are going to be in your teacher edition online with enVision. What are common misconceptions students might have? Where are they going to struggle in this lesson? How will I order and scaffold learning? What resources in the enVision lesson will I use? What are my synchronous and asynchronous options? So of those resources I decide to use, am I going to have students doing it on their time where they're away from me? Will they be doing it in a group together? Will I be leading the group? Will I be leading a small group with these options? So you have some choices around that. What tools and strategies do I want students to be using? Remember, the ones that are doing the math are the ones that are learning it. So if you're doing all of this for the students, they're not going to be learning. You'll be learning. You'll really be deepening your understanding of math. But you want the students to. So really focus on what tools and strategies within the resources do I want the students to be using. How and why will I group students? So there's lots of reasons why you group students and when you do it for the most effective results. So you have to think about that. How will I have students practice what they learn? And here again, how will I partner with parents? So I want to just kind of show you in your Realize platform, when you go to your content, let's see, we went first grade. Let's just stay where we are. And let's look at, so this is like your overall thing. And let me just go to, let's say topic 4, because we were looking at topic 4 before. Subtraction facts to 20, use strategies. When I open this up, notice that I have a lot of support. I would definitely watch these professional development videos. They're really very short, okay? They're not going to be long. Look at those. And then just scroll through and see, okay, look at all these things I have. Oh, there's where my lessons start. And I can kind of tell by the title what's going to be in them. But I can also, notice I can customize, and under info, it's going to show me those standards. And if it says more, that means it's really going to deal with some more. Okay. All right. And then what I want to show you is where you're really going to find a lot of support to teach a lesson. Or wait a minute, we're at the beginning. We're in a lesson. So let me just show you what you see when you look at a lesson. Let's say we're going to do lesson 4.3, I think is one. So when you open this up and you open your teacher's edition, it'll open in another window. You'll still have the other window open. If you can still see my screen at the top, you see I have 2 SAVVAS tabs. Okay, and I'm going to make this, no, I'm not going to do that because then it won't be big enough for you to see. But for each lesson, the very first page in your teacher edition gives you, I hope you can see over on the left, your focus, coherence, and rigor.
Yeah, we can see them.
Okay, so it's gonna help you out there. But what I really want to show you is the support you have while you're teaching the lesson and while you're planning it is over on the side, over here down the left side, you have lots of teacher notes, and you usually have them at the bottom too. So like this part of the lesson is the solve and share. It would be your problem-based learning experience. And so you have, it tells you how to prepare them for it, what to do during it, observing the students at work. And then you'll probably notice there's some questions in Blueprint. These are great questions to start with to get students engaged with the math, to help them think about it when they get stuck, and even to stretch their thinking when they feel like they've got it done and you're still waiting around for the other kids to finish. You have some stuff to extend it with, which I always appreciate, because when kids don't have something to do, they find something to do. And here you have analyze student work. This even shows you what you might expect at different levels of understanding in student work. So really like that, okay? And then I could keep flipping, but I think you get the point, is that most of what you have here is everything you teach, you're going to have teacher notes for it, okay? All right, so I want to hop back here.
And just, I know some teachers might, when they see that, go, where do I find that if they haven't used it before? And basically teachers, in order to get there, just need to go through Clever. They go to their JCPS quick links, go to Clever, and then look for the Easy Bridge sign on, and they use their JCPS sign in, and that gets them to their SAVVAS account. And then that's where everything is located. Students are just going to see these lessons after they are added to their Google Classroom.
Okay, and so I just wanted to put this up again to remind you to contact me. So there you go. This was a brief look at the enVision alignment tool and some basic suggestions on how to make it work for you. And I know you have more questions, so please reach out. I'm happy to help individual teachers, groups, like I said before, and you can find all the information to contact me on that Padlet. But just so you know, my email is linda.cortez@savvas.com. And those office hours are Tuesday and Thursday, 3:30 to 4:30. I hope you pop in and visit me, ask your questions, just get to know me, and I would love to help you out. Thank you so much. And thanks, Stephen.
Thank you, Linda. You did a great job. I love seeing all the work that you and the SAVVAS team have done to help support our teachers. And I also really appreciate that you guys are always willing to set up office hours to help our teachers, whether they're having technical issues getting into their accounts. I know Laura's helped out a lot of teachers with that. And it's great that we have you, if we have math questions, that we can get support on that as well. So thank you. All right, let's take a look.
You're welcome. Thank you.